Hi everybody, you have found what to play next. We're bringing everything that is awesome in gaming. My intro was hiccupy. So I wanted to redo this. We are reclaiming the Shrine of Compassion. It's Ultima 6, which it was one of the cooler game engines. They expanded out to Nintendo at this point, and they have a couple of the games, they were like expansion games to Lord British, which he just released for free, so those are available on GOG below. The gargoyles boiled up from the underworld. They took over the religious system of Britannia, so they took over the shrines, which are a core religious facet of the game. So we're kind of gonna hack and slash our way through. I've got a lightning wand that I'm probably gonna use up. It's supposed to be a pretty brutal battle, but you can usually finesse those if you have a magical item. Really interesting series. You travel from another world, and you play the Avatar. You play a holy person in Caesarea, in Britannia. Obviously, you expand out from that role as you travel to the different realms, but it's pretty much your job is when stuff like this happens, where the gargoyles come over from another land, and people can't beat them by themselves. They have sedentary lives or more sedentary lives around the castle, the city, etc. You kind of get to plunge in there and be the hero. So the inventory system was incredible. Obviously, that's one of the more fun parts of the game to a lot of gamers. A lot of stuff was saleable, a lot of it was usable. The gargoyles had a fun system of magic, so they weren't just these dumb magical enemies in Britannia. They could have magic powers, they could have spells they could cast. Alrighty. Then we're gonna free the shrine itself. So each of the shrines have a rune that goes with them, and then a mantra that you say along with that. So now we've released its magic, the moon gate should work properly, etc. Alright, so let me skip back to the original gameplay here. The original video. We're not, no? Alright. Gertan supposedly captured it, or slew it, right? Yeah, that's right. So you can find the thing that we thought was cool about the Ultima series, aside from the fact that Richard Garriott kept making new engines. He made a new engine every time he wanted a new Ultima. So it's an interesting approach to being a game dev, is just build the engine from scratch. Obviously it's a talented dude. The Easter eggs, it was kind of their thing, you know? Where if you explored around enough, you just saw cool things. So that's a mage, but he has a pet drake. We always look around back in the caves because they do have actual like caves that you can go into. And those are fun. The sewers underneath Britannia are fully fleshed out, but they're also stocked with mini monsters. So we'll kind of look around and see, so we conquered the the Shrine of Compassion. That's back under our control. Did anything change? Are we looking for a new direction? What's going on here? So obviously we're going to play Elder Scrolls today. I have my Kiss Me I'm an Empress t-shirt on. I'm actually in Daggerfall in the book quests, so that was fun. Shimino says, I hear something in the northwest. So Shimino's your ranger, and he'll actually warn you if there are monsters near. So if you get poisoned or you get hung up somewhere, that's a particularly useful trait if you need to avoid or run, to not just go stumbling into another battle. You can just keep to the roads. They did use terrain as hazards, so that was a real thing to them. Probably move that to Dupre. There we go. So you don't ever have to stop and sleep. It was so strange. You have food. You don't have to use it. In previous Ultimas, you would just starve to death. I'm not sure where they were going with that. There's bridge trolls. I love it when they use, whatchamacallem? Contempo stuff. So trolls are fun. They're nice low level. You know, you can kind of wear yourself out on them and just level up. I should have enough skill points that I can train. Or is that the next? That might be the next game. I'll have to look and see what you do when you level up here. Ooh, who wants to die? We got a chest. It's volunteer time. And I'm getting loaded. I really have to clean out my inventory. It's usually like a whole session to just sit down and clean out your inventory. It's so bad. Ham steak. Oh, nice. I should be able to get some supplies. I really got to pay attention to that moving forward. Just like what town has what, because there are, like I said, hazards in the terrain that I'm going to have to get around. I don't know what to do about Sherry. She's so little. Could maybe get a boat. You look like pirates, right? You can do both. I can't deal with having like herbs sitting out here. Found somebody who will sell them to me. Depending on how you play, you might burn through spell components. And if that's the case, then you're gonna hit up like the gypsies very often. The wizards that you run into, fall back on them. Blaine got pretty beat up, so he's fine now. It's all good. As you get like level up a bit, I don't know if you do that separately with magic or if it just goes with your experience. I'll have to look it up. I want to say it just goes with your experience. When you start to hit, you know, heal and cure, those are so clutch. It was smart for them to have these hazards, but it's a pain in the butt. Alright, so that's Kathira Stand Pass. Ooh, and we got a raft. Who wants to play with the raft? It's just, oh, it's stealing, sir. It was in the mountains. I have to leave their raft for them. I suppose, you know, by definition, it's owned since it's created. The ground is shaking. They should have like ogres or trolls or something. That's what that's a sign of. It's like 90 here. It's so bad. I keep moving around the south and I'm just like... Either way, I'm an explorer by nature, just like you guys, right? So let's see what cities we have up here. What's going on? Obviously, you get a cloth map. I do have one of those. I can always switch my camera angle. Let me see here. I gotta move. So I got my cloth maps out so that way I could navigate, pivoting pretty hard. Can you guys see them? I got a one-armed move here. I'm getting so much better about not stressing out my arm with this. Oh, my hair doesn't look as cute from this angle. Oh well, it's just a braid. You'll all look. Rearrange my desk here. Sorry guys. I got a mixer and it doesn't really help, but it works if I get the levels right. So that's kind of what it did. I can kill a level, but then I still can't record right. So complaints department. They told me what was up. So we're headed back south. I wonder what's over here. I thought it would kick around east. But no. We just kind of peter out here. Whatever. Uh-oh. Talk to the horse. And then you can also see things like witness to the northwest for when you do get a vessel. What's up, ILO? Tell me a story. Shimino, they have the greatest portraits for these guys. So fun. I don't know what about this game was so engaging, but it caught like an entire generation of PC gamers. Back then we were pretty niche. It used to be, originally you had a PC in your home if your dad used one for work, or if you were particularly rich, it was considered a toy. In all other aspects except for programming. You had to know DOS if you would log into a computer at work. Or if you set them up for other people, etc. Like if it was for some reason in your line of work. Back then it was just building. But if you had kids especially and you had any interest in the venture, that was most well-off people would get a PC and just let their kids play with it. So we did everything to them. My dad was one of the first computer technologists / system engineers, so obviously we were a little bit more forgiving about, you know, it being, excuse me, sorry, about it being for business. There's something else. So we didn't get to play as much shareware. We usually kept just the one save game instead of having more than one copy, etc. So it was fun though. I mean, functionally we had LAN parties because when you would find anyone with a PC game, you know, it's about as influential as having somebody from over somewhere where they can't see you and can't talk to you. I know Discord is bridging it, but people, I have this big steez with MMORPGs where I think Twitch is going to do really well now that they've gotten into PC gaming especially. You know, we loved going over to a friend's house and playing Sega or Nintendo or TurboGrafx, but nothing beat this, like nothing. So now we can sit here and watch people play Grand Theft Auto Online and chat with them, and to me that's just a lot more real socializing than anything other than a designed MMORPG. Designed MMORPGs are fun, but I mean, it's just populating a land that I would be playing as an RPG anyways. I like the constant updates. I like the, you know, this is why I picked ESO, is because, you know, much as I was involved with Elder Scrolls, I tended not to follow the series. I liked Redguard. It's a little bit racy. That was just the Howards and the Taylors. That was their MO. They were a Southern company. They were not shy about Southern norms, where, you know, it was, they were being anti, and they just paid on that, you know, socially. So it was for their homies. Ooh, okay, and got totally digressed, so let me do a fast take here. So this one, the sound is so loud that I actually play it back. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on a raft ride and see if we can find anything. We're hitting a major terrain obstacle. So right here we pile into the raft, and what it does is it follows the currents. So that's going to be part of another video at least. Obviously I know how this ends. It's not well. but I'm going to wind up with a screen full of blue for a very long period of time, so I have to edit that together, and then we'll check it out. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride. I hope that you really enjoyed replaying Ultima 6 with us, because this is so fun. I mean, even just running around on the raft is horribly entertaining. Link in the description below. It's for sale at GOG for like nothing bucks. Savage Empire, Martian Dreams are free there, so definitely check it out. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. They'll put your logo on merch for like nothing bucks. KO, if I buy this chick a coffee, or could support us on Patreon. Most of all, hit subscribe and that bell. It'll pop you up a little thumbnail if you're following along with the series. You can hop right in, or you can find a new game. We love doing new games. I work with a PR company, so I find good ones fast. And I tend to opt for the lower price ones, like a good bargain. It doesn't have to be cheap. If I do a blockbuster, I'll play it. So I have ESO, etc. So smash subscribe, hit the bell, hit like. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride, and we'll see you in the next video.